Yeah, very happy to see you via through this medium. And here we are going to revise our chapter light. So chapter number 10, light. In the light chapters, we are already seen reflection and refraction. Again, we are going back for very good revision. Okay, and generally, what is light? Light is a form of energy, right? How we can able to see now? The light which falls on me and reflected back, right? Similarly, the reflected rays only we can able to see. From the reflected rays only we can able to see, right? Okay. Now we move on to discuss about reflection. What is called a reflection? Right? Reflection is a phenomena, right? When or what is a phenomena? Assume here you are standing in front of the plane mirror and you can able to see your images in that plane mirror. How? During daytime. Suppose if it is dark room, if I am seeing a plane mirror, can you able to see the image? No, right? Yes. So what is reflection? When a light falls on the reflecting surface, the other name of reflecting surface you can say smooth surface, that will reflect the light rays. It bounces back to the same medium. What is it? It represents light. The light bounces back to the same medium. What is medium? Yes, the medium may be air, glass, liquid, etc. Right? And here I have drawn a smooth surface, a reflecting surface. For that reflecting surface, a ray which falls on the reflecting surface. What will happen? It exactly falls on this point, right? After that, it strikes the surface and reflected back to the same medium. Why we are saying same medium? Where this incident ray started? Air medium, right? So these are air medium. The light which comes from air medium and it falls on smooth surface, reflecting surface. So that is glass medium. So incident ray falling on glass medium and reflected back to the air medium. That's why we are saying the reflection, a light falls on the reflecting surface and it bounces back to the same medium. That's why we are saying that is called the phenomena of reflection. It's clear? Yes, I hope you understand well. Thank you. Let's come with some small demo for this one. So here I have taken one plane mirror, okay, and I have one small laser torch. Don't do that at home. I know some precautionary, so don't do that at home. For a better understanding, I am doing here. So this is a plane mirror. It will reflect the light. Yes, and this is the laser source. Can you able to see the pointer source, right? Okay. Now, what I am going to try to do, the same concept I am going to explain by small demo. It's clear? Yes? Okay. Better I can stand this side because incident ray is this side, right? Yes? Okay. So here I have light source. Okay? Here I have light source. This light source striking the plane surface. Yes? Yes? Can you able to see the reflector? Yes? Can you? Yes? Can you able to see the pointer source? That is reflector ray, right? Due to reflection only it can get produced, right? Yes? So where the rays started? Yes. It travels in the air medium and it strikes on the plane mirror and again bounces back to the air medium, right? So this is why the same diagram here I am explaining. Exactly, this is a reflector ray, right? Where is incident ray? This one is incident ray, and which falls on? Yes. So incident ray in my left hand and the dot, red color dot indicating reflected ray. This is point source, that's why it becomes a point. They use in parallel beams, it gives much parallel beams it produces in the reflector ray. I hope you are understanding this demo for the better understanding of phenomena of reflection. Thank you. Welcome back to the next one, laws of reflection. In that laws of reflection, we have 2 points. One is angle of incidency is equal to angle of reflection. And the second point, the incident ray, reflected ray and normal all are at the point of incidence lie in the same plane. Okay, this is a statement we have, but I should explain what it is. What is incident ray? The ray which strikes the reflecting surface. A ray which strikes the reflecting surface. That I have written here. A ray which strikes the surface is called incident ray. What is called reflected ray? A ray which bounces back from the reflecting surface is called reflected ray. That is reflected, and the phenomena is called reflection. Don't get confused. Reflection is a phenomenon, and the reflected ray is bounce back. This one is bounce back to the right, and this is the reflected ray. Okay, and in this diagram, I should draw one normal. What is called normal? Perpendicular. Where it should be drawn? Yes, here the point of incidence, right? Where the incident ray and reflected ray meet at this point of incidence, right? In that point of incidence, I must draw a normal here. I must draw a normal to this point, right? It's clear? Okay. Now, what is angle of incidency? The angle between incident ray and normal is called angle of incidency I. The angle between incident ray and normal, yes, the angle between incident ray and normal is called angle of incidency. And what is called angle of reflection? The angle between reflected ray and normal is called angle of reflection. Angle of incidency is I, angle of reflection is R. Angle of I is equal to angle of R. That is the first statement. Angle of incidency is equal to angle of reflection. And second point, the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. So this is the plane mirror, my hand, right? Incident ray, reflected ray, normal, right, at the point of incidence. At the point of incidence, all three are located in the same plane, right? Plane means two-dimensional. So imagine all three are occupying in the same plane. Suppose if the reflected ray come down here, that is reflected ray, right? It's clear? Yes? Okay. At the point of incidence, that word is important. All are in the same, lie in the same plane. That is also very important. Incident ray, reflected ray and normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. These 2 points are called as laws of reflection. Yes? I hope you understand well. Thank you. Here we are going to discuss about the difference between regular and irregular reflections. Generally, the regular reflection takes place in smooth surface or reflecting surface. If a ray falls on smooth surface, it will be reflected back where the angle of incidency and the angle of reflection is equal. Angle of incidency is equal to angle of reflection, and which produces images in regular reflection. It obeys laws of reflection. The last point, example, the reflection by plane mirror. These are all the characteristics of regular reflection. Moving on to irregular reflection. The reflection takes place in rough surface. This is called rough surface. the angle of incidence is not equal to angle of reflection. See, here it reflected in the same direction, but here it scattered in all the directions, and it takes place in the rough surface. Irregular reflection, the other name is called diffuse reflection. It takes place in rough surface, and the angle of incidence is not equal to angle of reflection. So that we can conclude it does not obey the laws of reflection. And this type of irregular reflection cannot produce any images. And example, reflection by wall or road. These are all very good examples for irregular reflection. I hope you understand well. Thank you.